guys, it's Kristina and I am so happy to be here with you today because I'm going to be sharing with you some inspiration to help you get through your week. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 beautiful things that I have learned from this past week, and you guys loved my top 5 mistakes video. You loved the beautiful lessons that I learned from them, and I had so many comments from people to continue sharing wisdom and insights from things that happened in my life. And so I figure it would be cool to do little updates every now and then to share with you some important lessons that I've been learning, because I truly believe that as each of us learns a lesson, we're all kind of learning them together because we're all one. So there are 3 really important things that I've learned this week that I'm going to be sharing with you. The first is that letting go is not always the answer. The second is that everything happens in divine timing. And the third, which is the one that I really want to talk about today, is it takes far less energy to love than it does to hold on to anger, hurt, despair, or resentment. Whew, it's heavy stuff, but just as it's important to take care of our physical health daily, I also truly believe that it is so incredibly important to take care of our emotional and spiritual well-being as well. And so that's why I feel like videos like these are beautiful and they help us to reach that next level that we're really wanting to get to. So I'm gonna jump into those. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button on my channel because it's only gonna get better from here. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and head over to the comments, ask me more questions. I am here to serve. All right, so I'm gonna share these things with you, but first, green juice. Yum. Do I have any other green juice lovers out there? If so, give this video a thumbs up. I truly feel like green juice is just oxygen for my mind, my body, and my soul. It calms me and it nourishes in me. Well, I can't even talk right now. That's how good this tastes. I truly feel that green juice calms me and nourishes me in a way that I cannot describe, literally. And I really believe that this is a part of healing. And since we're all here to achieve a greater level of health, doing this along with the more difficult mental, emotional, spiritual work is just, it is so important. This is 64 ounces, and I will get to all of this. Let's jump into our video. So the first thing that I want to talk about, or the point that I'd like to touch on, is letting go is not always the answer. Sometimes it is absolutely necessary to sit and be with something, with an emotion, to feel it so that you can be free from it. And this is something that has come up in my life recently because I've seen it everywhere on the internet. You know, you search quotes about moving forward or letting go or something online. It's like you get so many responses about, oh, just let it go. But letting it go doesn't necessarily mean healing from the situation, and it doesn't necessarily mean moving through it so that you can be free of it. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced a situation where letting go really wasn't the most mature thing to do. Sometimes being with something and really going through it and feeling it is the only way to truly bring comfort to yourself. Because otherwise it's always just going to be in the back of your mind, and it's always going to come up, and it's always going to be a trigger for you, and it's always going to be something that brings you pain, and you're just going to keep avoiding it and keep not thinking about it, keep trying to let it go, keep trying to bring distractions into your life so that you don't have to think about it. And I don't think that that's healthy either. I do believe that there are some things you need to let go. Petty things, non-important things. Not everything is a letting go moment. There are some things that are so important that you can sit and work through to help you grow as a human being and to become a better person. Some things really do make us stronger, and as painful as they are, they shape us into the people that we are today. And so I guess the point of my number 1 is that if there's something that you have been avoiding for a long time, if there's something that's been painful for you for a while, if there's something that has been a trigger for you, my advice would be not just to let it go or to avoid it, but to sit down, to feel it, to write your thoughts on it, to journal it, to be present with it. Feel it so you can free it. Be present with it so that you can transform it, shift it. Don't just let it go, but create something new and brilliant out of that space. I know this is going to be different for many people. but I hope that that helps. The second thing that I have learned this week is everything happens in divine timing. This is so interesting to me because I feel like I've always said this, everything happens for us and not to us. But I feel I am experiencing it on deeper levels every single day more and more. Just yesterday, I got a phone call from somebody that I haven't talked to in 4 years. 4 years. And this person called to apologize to me for betraying me in the past. His exact words were, "I'm sorry, I purposefully tried to burn you." And it's funny because before this, I had taken the time to sit and forgive this person because it really did hurt and I was very upset with him at the time. And it's funny, I didn't just let it go. I cried for a long time. People told me to let it go, but it's like, gosh, I really had to work through it. And I had to make peace with myself. I had to take 100% responsibility for the mistake. And then I really had to move through it and then learn from it and be okay with all the emotions that came up. For me, that was a part of the process of releasing it, of shifting that emotion and letting it go. And then it became so far out of my consciousness at that point when he called me, it was like, whoa, how long has this person been carrying this with him? You never know when things are going to come back to you in a positive light, which is why it's so important for us to continue shining our light and to be there for other people so that we really can live as an inspiration. Because you just never know when things are gonna come back to you in a beautiful way. And it's not to say that this guy and I are gonna be like BFFs now or do anything together, have a business transaction or anything. More than anything, it just felt nice to know that this person called to say that he was sorry after 4 years. And you know, the funny thing is that even if he'd tried to say he was sorry 4 years ago, I don't know that I would have heard it the same. I don't know that I would have received it the same. I received it so well yesterday because I had done work on myself and I realized that everything really does happen in divine timing. So whether there's something or not in your life right now that you're going through that you're like, why is this happening? What's going on? Why didn't this happen? Sometimes just trusting that everything happens in divine timing, even the unthinkable, and just trust that it may take time. We don't see things as they're happening in the present. We see things through the rearview mirror, looking back in hindsight. And sometimes that's part of the beauty in life, is that in time, everything comes together. For those of you who are going through a rough moment, I just want to remind you to keep hope, to keep faith. Everything does happen in divine timing. That really can apply with everything, right? Like an old relationship, a breakup, a passing away, a transition, a moving forward, a letting go from, somebody getting go of their job, everything. The most important thing that I have learned this past week and that I am really working on practicing in my day-to-day is that it takes far less energy to love than it does to hold on to anger, fear, bitterness, pain, hurt, resentment, any negative emotion. I don't think that many people realize this, but when you hold on to those things, they drain you. They create stress in your physical body, in your mind, in your emotional state, in your spiritual state, almost to the point to where if you really dwell in that space, you can become consumed in it. It can affect your whole aura. It can change your life if you stay in that space, and it can really keep you from moving forward. And something that I've really learned is that we all get into that space. At different levels, we all still get into that space, and it can be tiny things. It can be maybe you got angry with somebody at work, maybe you got in a fight with your boyfriend and you're still upset about it 3 days later. Maybe parent drank your green juice this morning, just giving you an example, something like that. But the truth is that life is so short. It is so short, and I know we hold on to so many things that don't really matter. And if we were given the chance to have like our last day here, most of us would choose to love. We would choose to forgive. We would choose to go to the people that we've had really hard times with, and we would go and extend an arm of gratitude or appreciation or forgiveness somehow. And I've really made efforts this week to identify the things that have been challenging for me, identify the people that I've had challenging relationships with, even emotions towards certain people that I've had past challenges with, even certain things that have been really difficult triggers for me that I haven't quite moved my way through yet, even though it's been time and time and time. And the funniest thing is that when I sit with it and when I really become present with what's most important, I could get wrapped up in my own thoughts of, well, this person did this to me and this person took this from me and this person tried to hurt me, or this happened and therefore I'm a victim and I'll never make it through this. I'm not good enough. What does this person think? They don't like me. I don't like myself. All is miserable. It's the end of the world. That's such a downward spiral, and it's draining, and it takes so much energy out of your life. And if you take a tiny moment to just come back to love, ask yourself these questions. What would it look like to be my highest self in this situation? What does it look like to create love for myself in this situation? What does it look like for me to love another or another circumstance in this situation? And sometimes it's the unimaginable for you. You're like, oh, no way, I would never do that. But then you think about it and you're like, oh, but that would actually be mind-blowing if I did, and so hard. And you know, the funniest thing is that the thing that seems to be the hardest for you in that moment is typically the thing that sets you free, and it's typically the easier thing to do. May seem hard initially, but it's always the easier thing to do. Love is such a light-filled emotion and a light-filled action that anything coming from love going to set you free is going to come a lot easier than it is to hold on to something that drains you and that sucks the life out of you for an extended period of time, and that will bring you misery. For those of you who are watching this, I just want to invite you to think about something that has brought you pain, that has angered you, a person who's upset you, a betrayal that you have faced, a resentment that you have towards a certain someone or something. And I want you to just hold it in your mind for a moment. And I'm sure, as I've said this, probably for many of you guys, it's popped up immediately. And then I want you to ask yourself, what would it look like for me to create love and forgiveness in this situation? What can I do to represent this? What would it look like? What would I act like? What would I feel like? And go into that space. Doesn't that feel so much better? I know it sucks, trust me. Sometimes it does suck in the very beginning, but that's okay because we're all human and we work on ourselves. And I truly believe that as long as we try to become a better version of ourselves, that's what matters most. Take a deep breath with me, ready? So good. Green juice break. That was kind of intense. Okay, so how are you feeling about what I've just shared? I would love for you to share with me how you feel about what I shared, your different perception on it, your comments below. These are such deep emotional issues, and all of us experience them on such a deep and different level. And I feel that it's so important for us to learn from one another and to gain insight so that we can all build a stronger, better community and ultimately a healthier and happier world. I hope you guys have appreciated this video. If you want more like this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I am so interested to hear your feedback, and I appreciate you so much. I send you my love, and I thank you ultimately for being with me on this incredible journey and for being here with me to learn these lessons with me. I hope this video has been an inspiration for you. I thank you. I thank you for helping me become the best version of myself. I cannot wait to see you in my next video, and I'm sending you all my hugs and my love.